Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WPO press conference in Cape Town. My name is Lilian Benzi. I'm WPO Press and Communication Officer, and I have a great pleasure to receive you, the people that are present here, the journalists, as well as the online journalists that are following us in Zoom. So today our schedule is we are going to have the president of WPO, Pierre Pienaar. He will introduce the senior vice president of marketing, Luciana, that is the president-elect of WPO, assuming next Thursday, November 23. And then we are having some trends regarding World Star Winners by Soha Atallah, that is the Vice President of Events. And one thing, I want to thank very much Vanessa from IPSA for this amazing organization. Thank you very much, Vanessa. And now, WPO President.
Thank you very much, Lillian, and to all the South Africans. Yes, I'm from South Africa. I was born in Profinet, so very much in those days was quite a bad province, as you know. Maar baie lekker om terug te wees. Ek is bly om hier in die Kaap te wees. Die weer is so lekker nie. But really, Cape Town is always such a beautiful place. We have very strong connections family-wise to Cape Town. So, and we had some fantastic days in Cape Town up until yesterday, and many things have changed. However, it's good, I think, for those visitors, because this is somewhat of Cape Town weather sometimes, especially in winter. You just don't have the cold at the moment, and it can be really testing for those long winters here in Cape Town. Baie geluk aan die rugby. Well done, South Africa, on your winning the World Cup. That's right. And to all the Australians, well done yesterday on your cricket. Fantastic. Good to be here. Good to be here. Good to share some aspects of the World Cricket Organization. And lovely to be here in Cape Town. In my
participants is not
clear. When I end my term as WPO president. So I think just so that we're all on the same page and our understanding of six years, I can look back and see that our team, and there's some of you in this room, a lot of work has been done to get the WTO into the world arena even more so than ever before. It certainly helps the cause of better packaging for more people that really need it. And when I say that, I'm looking at a lot of the developing countries. You know, South Africa, fortunately, is in a very good position in terms of packaging and driven by good packaging science. But in many countries, they don't have that opportunity. And we, including your country, needs to be there for those people.
Look at the check.
Because, and as when I discuss further on, the importance of education across the world and the impact that that has on global packaging. So we encourage and participate in networking across the world. And I want to say to the audiences where I talk is that should anything happen anywhere in the world in packaging, it will cross our desks within 24 hours, which is a massive advantage in our network system. And those of you who are on that network here in South Africa, Susan, I'm looking at you know exactly what I'm referring to in relation to the network. If you think of the countries that are involved, that one normally would not be involved with Iran, the extensive Arab countries of the world, besides South America, and obviously far-fetched into Southeast Asia. Our head office sits in Austria, in Vienna, and it's good for us to be positioned in Europe in a neutral country. We try as best as we can to keep politics out. And sometimes we have difficulty doing that, we shouldn't. But at the same time, we are here purely for packaging, and if we were politicians, we wouldn't be in the WPO. We look at every aspect of education in stimulating the education forums to be able to bring more education to those that need it most. And as I mentioned earlier on, to those developing countries, mainly. We support local industries, and we try to invest as we can to stimulate trade between countries, and we do that to some degree through our collaboration with the UN, through UNIDO, and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. If I look back on the last 6 years, the objectives that I had are very simple. The first one was to reduce packaging waste, and that is a big problem. And I have to commend South Africa in going down the EPR route, and it's really, really encouraging. And I know you had your first review, and things are tightening up, and that's great. But there's a long way to go, and more countries need to follow that. Obviously, the EU certainly leads the EPR around the world, but we will continue to help stimulate the interest in EPR in those countries that certainly need to focus on how do we ensure achieving the long-term goals of having less packaging waste. And along with packaging, reduction in packaging waste, one of the other objectives was to reduce food waste. And there's a strong correlation between, or connection between packaging waste and food waste. Because roughly 25% of food waste can be rectified or improved by packaging. And is that being done? And how best can we do it? Because it's not being done the way that we would like it to be done, and we need to do it faster. Time is running out. The current predictions around the world in relation to the impact on our natural resources, if we continue at the rate that we are using our natural resources at the moment, it's running at just short of 2 planet Earths. Well, we all know there's only one planet Earth. And so we need to use our knowledge, our expertise, because we have it. And how do we ensure that it gets to those countries that need it? And WPO can play a significant role in that. We've just gone through an extensive program with Indonesia. And as you know, Indonesia is the 4th largest country by population in the world. And we believe that by doing what we've done in Indonesia successfully, we can roll that same system out. It's not a fully operational EPR system, simply because there's no government involvement in it by their own choice, by their own government choice, not by the packaging choice. and likewise in many other countries. But we need to get to a point where the materials that are being used are able to be recycled. And then, of course, have the infrastructure to be able to recycle it. Now, both those reducing packaging waste and reducing food waste is closely linked to education. Now, those of you who know me well know that it's in my DNA is education. And I believe that as all South Africans know, which Mr. Mandela said many years ago, is that education is power. And I strongly believe in that same statement that we made 40 years ago. And we need to have the power to make a difference. And that's going to be through education. Because we the WPO, and especially those, and there's some of them in the room here, are traveling extensively all the time around the world for the WPO. They can see the errors, basic errors being made in packaging that don't need to be made. And it's knowledge that will change that. And then the fourth objective of mine for the last 6 years was to increase the global image of WPO. And certainly my colleagues in the room, thank you very much for that. And in particular, the way that we enhanced our social media platforms has made a huge difference to ensuring that we do continue to increase our global awareness of WPO around the world, because we have the strength to be able to make a difference. If I look at and there's a lot of debate about the top trends that are happening, just briefly, the top 5 trends, as what I'm seeing happening in my programs around the world. Number 1 is sustainability. And so much so that's an important portfolio for us. And our Vice President of Sustainability is here with us. And so we attach a lot of importance to sustainability, and we will continue to do that. Smart packaging, I think there's a lot of scope here, and in many ways we're only scratching the surface of the capabilities of smart packaging, and I can see more happening in that arena, so much so that the WPO has formed a partnership with the International Organization of Smart Packaging to ensure that we can play a part in that area of packaging science. We saw in COVID the on-demand packaging, and that just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, we formed alliances with those that are involved in that as well. And through what we are saying in terms of ensuring that we stay with those that are close to the bone on all the different areas of packaging. We all know that packaging is such a huge arena to be playing in. When someone says, well, what do I do? And I'm involved in packaging, where do you start? And how do you explain your particular involvement in packaging? And if I look at those that are in the room here, for example, besides our very important media folk, and that is only one aspect of packaging. And we've got a couple of scientists in the room and marketing people in the room, and so each one plays a role in that. And while I'm on this subject, I want to particularly say thank you to the journalists. It's you that are able to get our message out. And the part that you play in it can never be understated. So thank you very, very much. Don't stop what you're doing. Whatever you do, build more. And then the artificial intelligence, I think there's so much more there that's going to come in the coming years. So I won't even elaborate more on that. It's an area that is kind of my knowledge base, other than I can define what it is, but how it works, not at all. And then where the area that I've really seen a lot of change, and a lot of change will come, still, and that is nanotechnology. And I think, we're just touching on it when it comes to packaging. And in relation to manipulating molecular structures, I think there's a whole area of science there that more and more will be done. But finally, what I want to say in some order is that we are at a crossroad. And I say we, all of us in this room. Because the decisions that we take now in material types, for example, about the future is sustainability. And I said to you a moment ago that we are running at nearly 2 planet Earths. And if we continue on that same trajectory, we'll be at 3 planet Earths by 2050. Now, the majority of us in this room will probably not be working in the packaging field in 2050. Some of us won't be here in 2050, but our grandchildren will be. And I think each one of you that has nieces or nephews or grandchildren would like to believe that they will one day say that I was involved in an industry where I could have made the difference, but I didn't. You would rather want them to say, I was in the industry, I had the knowledge, I had the power in terms of education, and I did make a difference. And I look forward to my successor in driving that area, ensuring that the future is bright, and we can change that graph that's going towards 3 planet Earths. And certainly the technology, in terms of what we design, will play a massive part in the energy reduction in packaging. And that's another area that we need to not lose focus on. So I really look to those in the room and say to you, you are the people that can make the difference in the future. Yes, I'm still going to be involved in the packaging industry, but not as involved as I have been in the last 6 years. But I certainly will keep a close eye on what happens into the future. On that note, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to hand over to my successor, someone I've worked with for 12 years in the international scene, and with great achievements. And I know you're going to do a great job, and I look forward to seeing what changes you make. And I know there will be changes, but I wish you all the very best. Luciana, Pellegrino.
Good morning. Oh, great. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Pierre, for your kind words. It's so nice to meet each of you this morning, and also to meet my colleagues from WPO. So I thank you, Lilian, for organizing this. Also, Vanessa, thank you for your support. Our support from our General Secretary, Johannes Berger, and Atallah from WPO Secretariat. And also so nice to have here our board members of Atallah and Nerida Kelton and Hiroko, sorry about that, from Japan, our global ambassador for, how can I say that, for the companies of corporate partners. That is the program of companies that we invite to join WPO. Well, I would like to say first that it's really nice to be in South Africa. It's my 3rd time here in South Africa. When I came for the first time, I was sure I would come back. What an amazing country. How lovely it is. So back in 2018, I was celebrating 20 years working for my organization in Brazil, the Brazilian Packaging Association. And to celebrate those 20 years, I decided to take 1 month off, like a sabbatic month, to breathe, to enjoy my family, to think of everything that was going on. And we came to South Africa on that 1 month. We stayed here in Cape Town for almost 15 days. Then we drove a car up to the north by that garden route that is so beautiful. And then we visited Ado Park, the elephant park. And then we flew to Kruger Park and stayed there as well. And last but not least, we visited Johannesburg. So it is a very special country. And for sure, this is a very special week to be here as well. Not only for everything that is going on, but also being able to get closer to you and to our WPO members. We meet only twice a year. So by the time we meet, it's so important so that we can exchange, we can understand and plan new activities for WPO, for future perspectives. And of course, we can build one global voice for our global packaging industry. So this week is very special because we have this symbolic transition and me taking over of WPO presidency. And I'm really honored and excited by becoming WPO next president. And follow, and together with our board members, together with WPO partners, support our industry to go further, support WPO to take one step ahead. It's remarkable how much WPO has become more active in the past years, led by Pierre. As Pierre mentioned, we gained global visibility. We are attending different shows, we are attending different conferences. So we did become a global organization. And I have this challenge to take WPO one step ahead. And of course, as we have been doing together with Pierre and his leadership, explore sustainability, that is such a key matter to our industry, and circularity comes with that, packaging that saves food, education, and more. For sure, we will explore more strategic topics to our industry. Each president of WPO has brought a contribution. And each president of WPO is part of the history of this organization and led our organization ahead. When I joined WPO back in 2000, and the year of 2000, or perhaps around 2001, Sergio Haberfeld from Brazil was the president of WPO. He was followed by Alexis Statsinopoulos from Greece as well. Then we have Keith Pearson here from South Africa, and we miss him. It's such a shame he's not here. I think there is nothing in life like hugging Keith. He's such a warm person. He's so sweet. He's so mean. I mean, he cares so much about people when he spreads such a huge love wherever he goes. Even my colleagues in Brazil, they always ask me, "What about Keith? Where did Keith?" So very lovely person. Then he was followed by Tom Schneider from the US. Also so nice to work with Tom, and we built a lot together. And then last but not least, we have Pierre Pienaar from Australia, but from South Africa as well. So I can say that Brazil and South Africa are the countries that had two presidents at WPO. And I'm proud to take over now, reflecting about this milestone of WPO having for the first time a woman as president. It's a remarkable step for WPO, and it builds a reference to our industry. I really hope that me as president, I can inspire and encourage other women to work for the packaging industry. This is an inclusive and diverse industry. And with this diversity, we can grow. With this diversity, we can share different perspectives and thoughts and build greater solutions that are so needed in our society. So I hope to inspire them to join our industry. Here, every woman has a voice and has this goal to collaborate and work together with men, all together, bringing diversity of thoughts, bringing diversity of experiences, so that we can take always WPO one step ahead. About the packaging industry, just some numbers for you, just to comment how important and key our industry is worldwide. I always like to say that our industry never stops. It's always evolving. Our industry is based on technology. It needs technology to fulfill society needs and challenges as well. And we are such an essential industry in our society. We offer this tool that supports life in society, serving the needs of 8 billion people, focusing on health, safety, quality of life, convenience, and information, looking to to focus and cope with people's needs, ensure people's desires as well, bring supply chain efficiency, promote the optimization in the use of every product, allowing a different performance, allowing the reduction of products waste and loss, applying technology on new materials and optimizing natural resources use as well. Sustainability and reaching greater circularity for sure, being recyclable, using recycled content, new reusable solutions are also in the agenda of our industry. And last but not least, focusing on new materials, technologies, and process technologies like nanotechnology, biomaterials, traceability that's so key nowadays so that you map the journey of a product. Work on processes, digitalization for the 4.0 industry, printing and decoration solutions as well, usability, marketing, and trying to fulfill in the best way the aging population in our lives. So we are always together focused on how we can best serve society. And for that, our industry globally is growing. According to some data from leaders, our industry grew in the past years since 2018, around 4% per year. And then in 2021, we broke the trillion barrier, and our industry has an amount in sales on $1 trillion. And from 2021 to 2026, according to leaders, our industry has a prediction to grow 3.9% annually, and will reach by then the revenue of $1.240 trillion. So, but this is just what we have as an amount of sales for the packaging industry. And we have to consider how much we allow other industries as well to grow and to achieve, how can I say, sales as well, and their annual growth, like the food industry, pharmaceutical, cosmetics, and so on. So we are growing and we are allowing other industries to grow and to serve society and to better fulfill people's needs. So thank you very much for your attention. I will be always happy to talk to each of you. Luciana is always supporting us with this contact. And I wish us all a fruitful week. And I would like now to invite my colleague, Soha, that is the Vice President for Conferences and for the World Star, and very keen on speaking about packaging trends. So I'll leave you with her and some packaging trends as well. Welcome, Soha.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'm very happy to be in South Africa. It's my first time. And what a beautiful country, really. I needed also this because the spirit was very stressful. I come from a region where it's not easy now what's going on. So I needed this stress, this positive energy from nature. So really, thank you for inviting us to your beautiful country. So,
thank you very much, Soha. And remember that we have packaging trends report in WPO webpage, worldpackaging.org. You can access all the trends related to the winners of World Star in our webpage. And so thank you very much, Pierre, Luciana, and Soha. And now we are coming to an end. Is there any questions? Don't forget that we also can have questions regarding sustainability and safe food, because our WPO VP of Sustainability and Safe Food, Nerida Kelton, is here with us. Anyone has any question for any of the WPO executives?
The ex-president in Australia. Is that was that the country from the technology I came from? Australia is about a country weather-wise most similar to South Africa. EPR and plastic litter, what's the situation like there? Martin, thanks very much. I was hoping you would not ask that question. Answer that in I way. However, what I would like to say is, as I said at the start, firstly, well done to South Africa for doing what you've done. You've really got involved and introduced EPR under difficult circumstances. You had your first review, and things are looking good overall. You're on the correct path. In terms of Australia, I think we could have reacted faster, and things are now starting to roll. But you did get in first, so on this one you won. I can't say the same for cricket. So you've got two up now. You've got rugby and you've got EPR.
For those who may not be aware, Australia has always had a voluntary commitment. So we have our 2025 national packaging targets, and it's a voluntary commitment. There is no legal ramification, there's no stick. So there's no regulatory levy, fine, tax, etc. However, in June this year, our federal government and all of our state government ministers, environmental ministers, collectively agreed that we will have a mandatory regulated packaging system, which means we're going to an EPR program and an eco-modulation program. I'm the representative for the AIP on the government program. There's 20 of us across the supply chain, and it's a really interesting one. It's not dissimilar to eco-modulation in Europe. We're very excited about it. The one thing that we're really excited about is going to be mandatory packaging design, which is fantastic. So we have 10 sustainable packaging design guidelines in Australia, and they will now be mandated. We will also have 30% recycled content, and we will also have reuse. So we're quite excited about it, but it's a lot of work for the next, we've got 12 months in the framework. I spent 3 days, I was texting Pierre about this the other day, I spent 3 days last week with the government talking about it, and it's a very big program, but we're very excited about it.
I have a question for you, Narita. Can you tell us about the recycling guide, WPO recycling guide?
Sure. So the WPO, one of the things that's really important for the WPO is to ensure that all of our member countries and all of the members in developing and developed countries have access to a tool to design better packaging to minimise waste. And so with partners Circular Analytics, the University of Applied Science in Austria, and the CR community, we developed a global packaging design guideline. We started in German, and then it was translated into English. And it's best practice, state-of-the-art materials recovery facility design. So you're designing for the best. And that's okay, because even if you don't have the capabilities or facilities or infrastructure, if you can design out your waste at the start, then you're ready for when the infrastructure comes. Since then, we now have 11 guides translated, and that's the most important thing for us. We want to make sure that the guide is translated into every single language possible so that everybody has access to this free. And we also have waste stream mapping tools, which are available. We have 31 waste stream mapping tools. They're all available on the website free of charge, and we continue to grow the translations, and we also continue to grow the waste stream mapping.
Thank you very much. So any other question from the journalists? Nope, we are good? Oh, great. Yeah, we are online. Oh,
There have been.
Do we have questions online, Johannes?
Yeah, this is one. If we can send the video, the recording of the meeting, and if there will be a press release.
Yeah, we are gonna have the recording. It's gonna be uploaded to WPO YouTube channel, and I will promote it in all social medias as well. And about the press release, yes, we are gonna have a press release launched right after the board meeting on November 23. It's gonna have some information regarding the new management. And about this press conference, I will release some posts in the social media. So right after when it ends, I will write it and put it in social media. So don't forget to follow WPO on social media, please. Okay, so if there is no other question, I thank you very much. But first, we need something, a tradition we are having in WPO, that is our selfie. Smile. Is everybody
Yes.
good? You can agree. Okay. So thank you very much, Vanessa from IPSA. Thank you again for organizing everything. It was perfect. And in case you want to talk privately with each one of executive members, we are here, grab some coffee, enjoy the food there, the croissant, whatever, and we are here for you. We are all packaging lovers. Thank you.